Hey guys, welcome back to Filters of MENA Edition Season 1. And today's guest, he is a retail media builder, Adtech evangelist, and programmatic fixer for publishers across MENA. Here to spill the truth about what's driving and what's blocking Adtech growth in the Middle East. Welcome Saurabh Shukla to Filters Off. All right, Saurabh, without further ado, let's go to the segment one, retail media, the new walled garden. So everyone's talking about retail media networks in MENA, but what's the reality behind the hype? Is this a new walled garden?
See, it's in an essence, it sounds like a walled garden, but it's more of a strategic shift from the retailer and e-commerce perspective, right? Uh, so if you look at monetization, publishers, they were using just their ad placements and media to kind of make money, right? There was no intelligence, there was no first party data around it. This strategic shift in this landscape is being powered by the first party data that the e-commerce players and the retailers have been collecting it for like so many years. Like take for example Walmart, they've been collecting that data ever since 1999, right?
Yeah.
So that first party data is powering the insertion of the ads in the customer journey, elevating the experience for the customer, and also making sure that the e-commerce player or the retailer, they're moving a lot of stock in between, right? So it's a very strategic shift for everyone in the ecosystem, whether it's the retailer, whether it's a customer, because the customer gets to experience new products, which sometimes the customer is lazy, they don't want to search
Yeah.
beyond the requirements, right? And retail media kind of interprets their insights
Expands it for them.
exactly, and then gives out the relevant products in terms of sponsor product ads or probably display ads, right? And hence this is a very strategic shift. If you talk about walled gardens, the data is limited to the retailer or the e-commerce player, right? It's not available outside of that ecosystem, but it's a walled garden which is built on data from the real paying customers, not someone who just read an article and hit the back button. So
Yeah.
it's a very strategic shift.
Yeah, true. So within this scope of retail media, what are your thoughts on first party data? What are the values? What are the risks and execution headaches that you kind of come across?
See, first party data, everyone has been kind of collecting that data, who bought what are their last name, first names, their age, gender, nationality, everything. The challenge lies in cleaning that up, first thing, right? Because people sign up from different devices with different email addresses, but they're shipping that product on just one single address. So the challenge lies in cleaning up that data first. The second challenge is to kind of able to have the capability to understand how you're going to use that data. If you're just pushing it out in some ad system and just hoping to make money, that's not how it's gonna work, right? You need to be able to understand how it will work for you in terms of making money. Last challenge is to have that intelligence to kind of segment that data into uh, actionable audience segments, right? And be able to use them for the brands that are currently selling products on your marketplace, or probably the brands who are not selling on your marketplaces.
Right. Okay. Also, what separates successful retail networks from failed ones? Have you seen any difference?
See, honestly, I haven't actually come across any failed retail media network, but if I were to look from a success perspective, it's about integrating all those ads into the customer journey very beautifully. So there was an era where, and some publishers, they are still living in that era where they bombard the user with ads, right? And if you don't blend the ads and in the customer journey beautifully, if you don't kind of if you don't make the ads appear in sync with the content, then probably you're not going to make success out of that. You'll just end up as a media supplier.
Yeah, but I was talking about like an example from India. You heard about Snapdeal, right?
Yeah,
It's I think it's more of a relic now, right?
yeah.
So I was talking about some kind of a comparison from an Amazon to a Snapdeal,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, that's what I was wondering, how you would see successful network versus failed ones.
Mhm. See, it's also about your long-term vision. If you just want to run ads, you'll end up running like what you said, a Snapdeal, right? But on the other hand, Amazon, they have moved beyond ads. They have opened up their technology for other retailers to kind of use it. They have created products that can benefit other e-commerce players as well. So they have kind of evolved, and that's my definition of running a successful retail media network, where you evolve from not just running ads, but you kind of move to a place where you act as a intelligence provider in the market.
Okay, thank you. That's interesting as well. All right, Saurabh. So let's go to the segment two: scaling revenue, ops, product, and the programmatic maze. Right. So you scaled revenues for news, classifieds, e-com, and
Right,
now retail brands as well. Right.
right.
What's your playbook for building sustainable programmatic revenue?
There's a book that I actually wrote about this a couple of years back,
Mm-hmm.
which covers kind of how to scale revenues. But in
Okay.
general, yes, I've stick to just one mantra, right? And it's about being intelligent with ads,
Hmm.
right? You need to blend the ads in such a way that people are able to see them, people are able to click them, and the advertiser, they're able to get some value out of it, right?
Right.
And that's how you kind of increase the long-term value, whether it's a generic news site running an ad, whether it's an e-commerce
Yeah.
website. You
Hmm.
need to be able to, and that's my mantra. I mean, you just place the ads so that users are able to see it,
See
and
the.
once everyone's, because at the end it's about people seeing the ads, right?
Hmm.
Awareness, then consideration, and then conversion, right? So
Hmm.
placing the ads in such a way that the users are able to see them, click them, and the advertiser able to
So
derive some value.
viewability is the primary aspect.
Not just viewability. I mean, you can get viewability by placing a ad in a sticky position, right?
Hmm.
But it's about tailoring the experiences. So, for
Hmm.
instance, I used to work for a travel startup back in 2018, right? They were running generic ad placements, but when I joined, I actually used the first party data that they had,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of served the ads basis the intent of the user and
Okay.
their transactional data, right? So the CTRs jumped twice. They were
Right.
making good money, right? So that's how, and that is where I learned as to be able to have ad placements that are not just numbers on an Excel sheet, but they're actually driving results for the brands.
Right. All right. So, sort of, what are the must-have ops process versus shiny new tools that you'll look at from programmatic?
Uh, if you talk about processes, they're always going to be there. Tools, they come in, they go, right? You have agents coming in right now who are able to kind of optimize
Mm-hmm.
your entire ad stack, but process, they're always there. Even the AIs of the world, they're sticking to the process, right? So
Okay.
if you talk about the processes, being able to see what you have as a inventory,
Mm-hmm.
being able to see what's being sold, what's not being sold, right? That's visibility. The other one is insights,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to be able to have insights every day.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just sitting clicking on the screen. You're just not
Yeah.
doing your job, right?
Yeah.
So having a sense of what's being sold and what's not being sold, having insights, right? Continuously trying to do your best, right? And also being able to let everyone know what's happening in the system, right?
Hmm.
You have a wider set of people working with you, people from sales, people from audiences, people from tech. So whatever you you just propagate it as a process, right?
Hmm.
You might have CRM tools to kind of manage the pipelines, but in a sense you also need to have a forecast of your own in your mind, like as to what needs to be done, and you can just translate what you have in your mind, whether in Excel or whether in a tool, but that process has to be there.
So, Saurabh, what do you think? How should the publishers in the programmatic ecosystem um, should manage yield floor pricing, and what kind of auction tactics should they use, especially in the MENA?
So if you talk especially about the MENA region, they should work very closely with the sales team because it's a very person-to-person driven ecosystem in the MENA region. It's a connection-based ecosystem, right? So the sales team, they're going out in the market, talking to the agencies, fixing up the rates and everything. So you need to able to work closely with them,
Right.
see what price are they selling at, and then be in a position to understand how much inventory you have which is not being sold, and then decide the floor price. Just arbitrarily setting up a floor price, hoping it would make money, and then kind of optimizing it, it's not going to work.
Not gonna work.
Because the sales guy who's out there selling at $10, and if you're just selling at $2, you're undercutting him.
Yeah. In the
Right.
auction. Yeah.
So you need to be able to work directly with the sales guys, see what their plans are, short term and long term. And if they, say for instance, if they want to sell their inventory in bulk to an advertiser, right, for a long period of time, let's say 2 quarters, then probably for that advertiser or that category of advertiser, you can set up a low flow price.
Right.
Right. So you need to be able to work closely with sales in this region and not work in a silo.
Right. All right, Saurabh. Let's go to the segment 3, right? So, ad tech stack wars, buy, build, or blend, right? So, what's your philosophy? Should brands build their own ad tech stack, buy, best of the breed, or blend the two, and kind of do something hybrid?
Got it. See, it's not a 1 or 0 question, right? To be honest, not many companies and not many retailers and publishers, they understand ad tech, right? It's ad tech is a combination of advertising and technology, right?
Yeah.
So the answer lies in what the advertiser or what the publisher or the retailer wants, right? So I would say, and after talking to a bunch of people in the industry, the answer to this is it's a hybrid approach. So from a retail media perspective, you're present on 3 channels, right? One is on-site, the other one is off-site, and then if you have the stores, you kind of run the ads inside the store. So for these 3 channels, right, it's not possible for everyone to build their own stuff.
Yeah.
Probably you might build an ad server for yourself that serves ads on the website or even the app, but you can't do that for the store version, right? It's a hardware meets software scenario. So you would need someone who has already built that and who's compatible with all those screens. So it's a hybrid approach. You build something of your own and you buy something from the outside.
Yeah.
Now, there are pros and cons to both of these things, right? Because if you build something, you need serious engineering strength, even if it's outsourced, right? That's going to cost you a lot of money and time as well. And building things like these, it's not an easy job. It's not a 3-week or a 4-week process. By the time you end up getting your own technology, the market has moved on. So building is something that requires some serious vision, right? Whereas if you buy it from the outside or do a partnership with an ad tech player,
you mitigate a little bit of risk as well.
You mitigate a lot of risk, plus you start making money, man. You might end up paying some rev share. Some place in this market that demand 50-40% rev shares. I've talked to those kind of players, but they have powerful platforms.
Yeah.
And for someone who doesn't have that engineering bandwidth or the deep pockets to build something of their own, but they do have good users, good products, good ecosystems, then they should definitely offer someone who can bring in that piece of technology. So for us, for Landmark Group, we have 3 different channels, right? We chose a very hybrid approach. We built something of our own and we bought something from the outside.
Right. So, if you are integrating new partners, what would you go after, speed or risk? Like, would you just, go after speed and risk everything, or you'll just not take that much of risk and go slow and avoid the risk?
See, from a retail media perspective, you are interacting with paying customers. The primary business is selling merchandise, selling T-shirts, shoes, or milk and everything, right? For grocery players. They are not people who are just window shopping or reading your product detail page. They are buying something. So there's always going to be a scenario where you don't want to irk them, where you don't want to lose those customers. Even if you lose 0.1% of the users, that's a lot of money. Right?
Yeah.
So onboarding new partners, whether they are monetization, whether they are technology, whether they are measurement, you always will prefer mitigating risk, right? And speed is something which comes secondary, because a customer who's going to buy from you and who's signed up for your loyalty program, he's going to keep buying from you.
Yeah.
If you build that great experience. But if you just because you're testing someone on a platform, you screw up the entire customer journey, he's moving to the competition, man.
Right. What are the biggest lessons from failed integrations or painful that has been for you, if you have ever encountered such thing?
So back in 2021, I was probably a couple of years, somewhere around 2021. I was leading an OpenRTB integration. It was a first for me, right? We did that beautifully. The ad was serving, everything was going fine, but the ad server didn't gel up with the app, right?
Okay.
In a sense, ads are being served, money was being made, but the other components of the app, they were they were not responding properly.
Okay.
So we launched. We got bad reviews on the Play Store and the iTunes and the Apple Store. So we had to pull it back. Then we had to
Change that server.
exactly chase them again. We invested a lot in terms of time and money, right? But then we ended up removing it.
Yeah, I think that's mostly what my experience has been as well. When any new technology comes in, everyone runs after building themselves, and then kind of getting into issues, and then kind of burning the
See,
fingers.
but the good part of it was I had contingencies plans, because you kind of get a sense of what's going to happen next, right? So I had other plans, and instead of us removing that particular piece of technology, you're still going to achieve our targets.
Right. All right, Saurabh, let's go to the next segment. Segment 4, first party data, privacy, performance, and the pitfalls. Right, so everyone says first party data is the future, right? Like in real life, what are the biggest challenges and hidden traps for MENA marketers?
See, it's not a future; it's a present. And to be honest, it was also a part because the social media networks of the world, they were using it, right? We just didn't knew about it.
Right.
And e-commerce players, retailers, they've started using a lot of first party data, right? I mean, even for us, we activate a lot of first party data on site, off site, in store as well, right? So from a global perspective, it's very much prevalent. In the MENA perspective, it's catching up, right? But the good thing is, this region is the customers are very loyal. So if I have a Shukran loyalty membership, I'm gonna only shop at landmark stores. Even before working at landmark, I had a Shukran membership, and I used to always shop at landmark, because it gives you a lot of points, and loyalty programs in this region, they are very rewarding.
Right.
Like they give you a lot of deals, they give you discounts, vouchers, and stuff. So people in this market, and not just UAE, I mean, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, all these markets, loyalty programs, they work a lot. And the basis of those loyalty programs is the first party data.
Okay.
Right. The challenges, like I said before, I mean, you need to be able to clean it first, cut through the noise, then
Manage it well.
manage it,
Yeah.
to have that intelligence to segment it, and finally, also choosing whom do you want to trust with that data. You just cannot, let's say someone walks in, shows you a shiny platform, says we're going to ingest your data, we're going to give you money, and if you
Then
don't
hijack
look
your data.
right, and if you don't look into the details, right, and as I said, devil lies in the detail. If you don't look at the details, you're gonna end up jeopardizing your data. And for an e-commerce player and retailers, it's their gold mine, right?
Yeah.
The reason why retailers didn't open up their first party data for so many years is because they were reluctant.
Yeah.
Now they are doing it just because the technology is there, the adoption is there. People like me who know their stuff, they are kind of doing it. Now the retailers are opening up, but it has to be very, very calculated. And while this is a challenge, I see very positives in the market, because a lot of retailers are doing it. Amazon obviously is there.
Yeah.
They are available in all the markets. They are doing it globally. They have big teams, but the retailers in this market, they are a force to reckon with, man.
Yeah. On again probing on this, what are your thoughts on the data quality, activation, and also what kind of consent hurdles have you seen when you use first party data?
Uh, See, the quality of the data is, if you talk about this market, it's good
Mm-hmm.
because uh, it's not just about the first name, the last name, the email address. It's also about what
Depth of
the
information, I
depth of
guess. Yeah.
information, what the e-commerce website is, or the app is capturing, right? Retailers have a lot of information about one single customer,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're able to use it very efficiently as of this moment, right? uh, Consent is always there. This region is compliant with all the privacy policy. I mean, with all the policies around data privacy, right? And you just can't mess up in this region. I mean, you just cannot take someone's data like in other markets. You just take that data and you activate it. No, the consent is there. Uh, in the MENA market, in Saudi Arabia, they have this new Data Privacy Act,
Okay.
which is a little tough to interpret, and it's making life difficult for everyone out there. But yeah, I mean, it's an evolving market. So the consent in the is a little challenge in this market, but uh, I think customers, they are pretty convenient giving their consents.
I think
To
the
the
EU started with the GDPR, and then I think everyone started following now
Exactly,
India DPDP, and then
exactly,
other markets as well. Yeah.
exactly.
So, what do you think about the myth of easy first party data monetization? What is it still a myth, or people are monetizing it? What do you see?
See, it's a myth, to be honest. If you're running an ad on a web page or an app, right, or even in the store, if it's a very generic vanilla ad, nobody's going to benefit from it. Even you won't benefit it from a long term. If you're powering it up with data, then it's going to make some difference. But it's not easy, right? If it were easy, everybody in the worlds of publishing would have been doing it.
Okay.
You need to have serious understanding of the customer, their data, how do you want to activate it, who's gonna probably buy that data, probably ingest that data, and be able to do all of this in a very privacy compliant way.
Right.
Because if one customer gets irritated and they decide that, okay, I'm gonna bash these guys, then whole of your ecosystem is
Sue
gonna come
you
down.
and take you
Yes.
to the court.
And there have been
Yeah.
cases where just one disgruntled customer led to downfall of companies, and the ICOs punishing the advertisers and retailers, right?
Yeah.
So it's a challenge.
In fact, I've seen this on a lot of customers raising frequency violation complaints as well,
Yes.
right? So that's also a
Yes.
big problem. So yeah, also, just probing on this one more point. What do you think about this cross-border privacy and compliance headaches? Have you used any data from other markets and then gotten into some problems in this region?
So Landmark is present in the MENA region, right? Primarily, we have some smaller markets like Malaysia, right, which are very nascent for us, right? India is also a big market.
India, yeah.
India is a big market, right? Uh, we haven't really so in those markets that we are present, we generate a lot of data, but we keep that data in those markets itself,
Okay.
and that makes sense logically because a person sitting in India would definitely be buying stuff from India.
Right.
Rarely he's gonna move to Dubai and then buy something from Center Point. Even if that still happens, that's a very small percentage of users. So
Yeah.
cross-border data activation hasn't really been done. If I mean, if it would have been, that would have been pre me joining Landmark. But yes, that doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
But if in case this happens, there's got to be a lot of challenges around the privacy compliance because every market that we
Markets
work
has a
in, they have
different
different
law.
laws,
Yeah.
right? Thankfully, we are not in Europe, so GDPR is not an issue for us. But to be able to activate data across KSA, then UAE, then India, we'll need to hire additional lawyers to kind of do that for us.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Saurabh, let's go to the next segment, segment 5, which is retail media ops. Within that category, we're looking at what do you think about team, tech, and talent. So running retail media isn't, just about tech, right? It's about people and process. What's your secret sauce for building high performance teams?
See, there's a lot of shiny tech out there. You have agents these days, right?
Yeah,
But
agents.
exactly,
AI is taking
exactly,
over.
exactly, man. But see, it's not just about tech. It's about the people, right? And the process that binds them together, right? When you have people with vision, when you have people with the right mindset, right? All the challenges of the world can be solved for,
Yeah.
right? Apart from that, the process that you follow, because see, if you talk about operations in any industry, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's advertising, whether it's real estate, I mean, the process dictates everything,
Yeah.
right? Because when you don't follow it, you kind of digress, and then you're all over the place, right? So people with right mindset and the right process can actually uh, uh, scale systems very beautiful, and I've seen that in the past. I've done it in the past, and I know for a fact that no matter what sort of tech you have out there, if the people are not right, you'll just be a sitting duck.
Right. Also, what do you think about in-house outsourced versus hybrid? Like a similar question from the
Right.
past, right? So, how do
See,
you look at this?
like I said, I mean, it's it depends on your situation, right? If you don't have the resources, or if you don't see yourself 5 years down the line doing an advertising or a media business, right? Don't bring in people, just outsource it,
Right.
right? Let others do it, and if you think it's lucrative enough for you, you just hire the right guys, right?
So basically, if there is growth in that particular,
Yes,
division, then you
exactly.
hire. Otherwise, just hold off.
Sometimes you might want to do a hybrid thing, because uh, you bring in a senior guy who knows his stuff, right? He puts in the processes, the techs, the operation, everything in place,
Yeah.
and then he kind of hires different vendors to kind of do it for you. Like I said, it's totally flexible. Depends upon what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
right? Like in Landmark's case, they could have easily. So we have a 300 plus engineering team in Bangalore, right?
Yeah.
We could have built an ad server in just 6 months, right? But we still chose to kind of get it from the market. We still chose to hire the right people to kind of lead that initiative, because it's a long-term vision, right? And when you have the right people leading that path, which goes to that vision, you build some real value.
Yeah. Talking about the right people. So, what skills matter in MENA's media ops landscape? What are the top skills that are out there?
See, like I said, it's a very people-to-people or a very personal touch-based market. Uh, I know, I mean, emails, calls, everything. It's still relevant in today's world, but to be able to connect with people, and stakeholder management is a very big part of that
Okay.
process. I mean, the right skill is to, and you just can't just sit behind a keyboard and expect things to happen automatically. You need to be able to manage different stakeholders, both internally and externally, right? I mean, and in a media and a advertising and a landscape, you need to be able to have good stakeholder management,
Yeah.
which
Very
is
true.
very important skill in the MENA region, man. I mean, you just cannot sit in a silo.
Yeah,
And
my CTO actually keeps telling the same thing. Tech. Don't just keep it within tech, right? Like
yes,
look at how you can grow beyond that.
uh,
Get into business,
uh,
sales. That's
exactly,
how you will grow, right?
exactly,
Not just
right.
the base functions that you're doing.
Plus, it's a very diverse region. UAE, KSA, we have people from very different nationalities. So be able to bridge across different dialects and do cross team collaboration. That's also a very important skill to have.
Right. How to attract and retain top talent in the MENA region? Is there any difference that you've seen from India?
To retain good people, obviously money, right? But yes, I mean, apart from money, see, money is good everywhere in the world, but
Yeah.
it's about establishing a clear path
Hmm.
for the people that you want to attract, right?
Hmm.
Clear growth trajectories, because
Okay.
these days
Hmm.
people, although everyone is chasing money,
Yeah, but they need clarity.
they need clarity, because sometimes a lot of roles they overlap. A sales coordinator might sound very similar to a business strategy guy,
Hmm.
right? So when you're hiring a business strategy guy
No
within a
overlaps.
sales department,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna question himself: Am I a data guy? Am I a strategy guy? So
Yeah.
you need to be able to devise good growth trajectories, career path for these guys. Otherwise, when people don't have clarity, they'll walk away.
All right, Saurabh, let's go to the next segment, segment 6. This is one of the best segments which we have carried on from season 1. Explain like I'm a 5-year-old. Your topic is programmatic, but make it simple, right? Like I'm a kid.
Okay, that's a difficult one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so imagine you are, you are going into a mall. Let's say Dubai Mall, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all those big screens around you, right? And as a 5-year-old kid, you're just focusing on the flashy images, the videos all around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that behind that screen, there are 40 odd different uh, uh, stores selling toys.
Yeah.
Well, let's say a Lego,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, so they get to see, okay, a kid is walking by,
Right.
and he might buy a Lego. So what they'll do is all of them will race towards that screen,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the first one with the highest bid price, the first one with the highest price to pay will get to show his ad.
Hmm.
So the moment that guy reaches there first with his price, he's gonna show his ad. So that's how you make a fifth grader understand, or probably a 5-year-old kid understand how programmatic works. I think
Right.
that worked, right?
Yeah, very, very, very simple explanation for anyone to understand. Saurabh, let's go to the next segment. It's growth confession booth. What's one ad tech or retail media trend you once believed in, right? Like, but now think that it was overhyped or even dangerous.
I believed in fill, right? Filling up as much as you can.
Hmm.
Ever since the news guys and the media guys, they started their websites and mobile apps, a lot of traffic came in,
Right.
and because of that, the ad volume went up, right?
Right.
So in a race to make more money and to hit the
You're looking at
bottom
fill rate more.
fill rates, right? So fill rate was an exciting thing. It was pumping everyone up to like fill in more ads from here, from there, from exchanges, DSPs, networks. Over time, I've realized that although you'd still make $1 million, but you still won't make value, because that $1 million is being built over CPMs that are way less of what you would expect.
Right.
So over time, I've realized that okay, fill is something that no one should be chasing. It's about and I've already said that like quite a few times.
Yeah.
You need to be able to blend the ads beautifully in the customer journey, right?
Right.
Whether you're
Stitch it to
stitch
yeah.
into the journey, whether you are a publisher, whether you are a retailer, right? Stitching those ads into the journey and being able to control how much you sell and not just spray and pray. It never really works, right?
Right. All right, Saurabh, let's go to the next segment, segment 8. Right. So $1 million, no Google, no Meta challenge. Right. If you had $1 million to spend on digital growth for a retailer, right, but could not use Google or Meta, where would you invest it and why?
See, these systems have kept the consumers hooked on, right? And as well as the brands. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
both of them. Yeah.
exactly. Although these are very good and powerful ways to reach out to a customer, I think where I would go is I would focus on building a future ready and a resilient ecosystem, right? By using, obviously, I work in retail media, so I would add retail media, right?
Yeah.
So I would I would want to integrate retail media as one channel to increase the average order value
Right.
and the long-term value for every customer, right?
Retail would still be in the lower segments, right? From a funnel. What would you do on the top?
So on the top, see, if you talk about awareness, influencer marketing is one, right? That's one area where Google hasn't really tapped into. Meta, yes, but it's very limited. So you kind of reach out to those micro and niche influencers, where you kind of who are working in niche, and where you establish that trust. And
Right.
you start working with 20, 30, 40 influencers, right?
Right.
And you push your brand in that upper funnel.
Mm-hmm.
And once your customers, they see you as a brand coming out of those niche influencers, that trust builds up, right? The other that I can think of, and this is very new, like I said, I would focus on building future ready systems. AEO is also a part of that, right? Uh, a lot of, and not just lot, like every single platform, e-commerce or retail, is not bot friendly on this planet.
Yeah.
Bots are being blocked, right? And shopping agents are the future, man.
Right.
Probably 2 or 3, 4 years down the line, you'd see a lot of bot traffic go up. Probably not 3, 4 years, but I think
Even
one or
now
two
we
years.
see that. Yeah.
Right. So you need to be able to optimize your digital assets, website or blogs or anything, for the LLMs, so that the answer engines, the bots can scrape it. They can pull that information from you and serve that inside the LLM.
Right.
So that the customer who's giving up that query, they can simply have a look at the product and do a hosted checkout.
So basically, you're saying that chats through the AI, basically ChatGPT or any of these models, right?
Exactly.
So you want the ads to appear there, right? Search ads and stuff like that. That's what you're
Exactly. And
looking at.
also be see, when someone is looking out for a white shirt on ChatGPT, if your website is not AO friendly, ChatGPT is never gonna pull white t-shirts from you.
From you, yeah.
They're gonna pull it out from the competitor, and you will be left with zero sale for that
Right.
particular product, right? So that's one. I would also, so a lot of ad networks and companies have sprung up these days,
Yeah.
who are pushing ads into the LLM
Okay.
in the chat window, right? So when you search for, let's say, I want to buy an Adidas, right? So apart from the content that they'll be serving, they'll also be serving ads, and not just banner ads, but ads which are more like content,
Right.
right? So that's where I would focus on, from the $1 million that you've just given to me.
Yeah, I think this was a very interesting take.
Right.
Most advertisers say that, no, we are not hooked on to Google Meta. And
Exactly,
they just
because
shrug that off.
Google and Meta, they haven't really reached in the chat window, right? In the LLM chat window. Although we have Gemini, we have AI
We all
from
seen
Meta.
where Gemini is compared
But
to the
exactly. But if you
competition.
look at ChatGPT and Perplexity and all the others combined,
Yeah.
ChatGPT is basically doing 800 million active users every month. So that's almost a billion people, right? So you need to be able to reach there. And for $1 million strategy, I would definitely want to be there. And lastly, apart from Google and Meta, there are still a lot of platforms which are gathering good reach. TikTok, for example, right?
Okay.
Plus, you also have a lot of regional players as well, regional social media apps, regional OTT ones. Like in this region, we have Shahid, we have all the others. So so my $1 million strategy would be to kind of focus into those niche and regional platforms where users are hooked.
Right. Right. Nice. Good thoughts on the segment. Let's go to the next one. All right, Saurabh, let's go to the next segment. This is also a very fun segment. I love this one. Rapid fire word associations, right? So, just to give you a few samples right now, what comes to your head when I say Wi Fi?
Speed,
Okay. Coffee.
Tim Hortons,
Okay. Retail media.
Landmark,
Oh, nice. Yield.
CPMs,
Okay. Floor price.
very low.
Why do you want to buy it at a lower price? Is that why?
See, we are also doing offside on Landmark, right? So we are
Okay.
buying inventory on the open auction. So for
So
me, as of this moment,
is this a hint to the partner saying keep the floor price lower?
potentially yes.
Okay. All right. First party data.
Difficult.
Let's go to the next one. Programmatic.
Amazing.
Okay. In store.
Challenging.
SSP.
Fighters.
Okay. So here is a tongue twister. Saurabh, are you ready?
Ready.
Saurabh's savvy stack sold seamless solutions. It's twisting my tongues. Again, let me repeat. Saurabh's savvy stack sold seamless solutions, supercharging supply and security strong yields.
Oh, you're getting me. Saurabh Savvy Stack sold super
Seamless
seamless
solutions,
solutions.
supercharging supply. You have to say this 5 times.
Oh man, I couldn't even say it one, man.
All right. So one question. If you could use only one ad tech buzzword for a week, which one would it be and why?
Retail media.
I thought so. That was coming actually. And why?
See, it's the right evolution of advertising,
Mm-hmm.
right? To be able to reach out to people, because the ultimate objective of the brand is to sell something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or to or get the customer to download an app or something, right? So with retail media, you will be able to do that because the customer who's seeing your ad, he's gonna buy something,
Right.
right? And it's very powerful because you are just not spraying and praying all over the place. You're just reaching out to the people who are buying. So you just need to segment who's buying
Yeah.
in the lower price bucket, who's buying in the higher price bucket,
Okay.
and who's buying in the medium price bucket. So in any of the buckets your ads are falling, you're still gonna make a purchase.
Right. Nice. Um, all right. So, sort of one more question. I've read a lot of articles, that you've given out your first-party data to be monetized from Publicis, right? Why, Publicis, and what was the story behind?
Right. So we haven't really actually given out the first party data. So what we're doing is we're doing offsite activation. So
Okay.
for a brief amount of time, we activate our first party data
Mm-hmm.
on Publicis for that duration of the campaign, right?
Okay.
And once the campaign is done, we pull that data back in, right? So it's a time-based data activation.
Okay.
Why Publicis? If you look at the news for the past like 1 or 2 years, Publicis is coming out as a leader from the buy side in the retail media space.
Okay.
Uh, that's one, right? The other one is, we had a conversation with all the agencies possible in the market, and they came out with a lot of support for us.
Okay.
They came out with, some intelligence as well.
They've also been winning accounts left, right, and center.
Exactly. And they were a launch partner, right? So we are working with all the agencies in the market directly, right? Publicis was the first one to come on board, and we did our launch last year in December. And apart from Publicis, there was Yango as well, who were part of the launch.
Okay.
And since then we are working with a lot of agencies in the market as well.
All right, Saurabh, just bear with me. It's the last segment, right? This is your legacy, POE segment. From newsroom to retail networks, what legacy do you want to leave for the ad tech and retail media community in MENA?
I want my legacy to be about building real value in the industry, right? So when I say real value, I mean uh, real value for the advertisers. They were able to get uh, they were able to get to their objectives from the campaigns that I delivered. They were able to get results over a long period of time from the processes and the systems that I put in place, right? So I want my legacy to be about the real value and also the systems that I put in place. So let's say I spent 15 years at Landmark. I don't know for how many years I'm going to be in Landmark, or probably the companies after Landmark, right? But wherever I am, I want to put in systems that can be used by the person who's going to come next after me. Like high performance systems that are scaled, optimized to run even $20 worth of money to $20 billion worth of money.
Right.
So I want that to be my legacy.
In a sense, process is king. Is that what you're...
And I've been saying that, the right people is definitely the key, but the process is something that that drives everything. And I know everyone keeps saying about process every day, right? But nobody knows the right process. The right process is about being very scalable and be very lean as well. You just can't have 20 Excel sheets just for pushing out one activation.
Yeah.
You can just do that in one single sheet.
All right. Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on Filters Off. It was great having you here, and look forward to more such conversations in the future.
Likewise, man, I enjoyed this entire conversation.
Thank you.
Let's do that again sometime.
Sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and there's more episodes with a lot more brilliant minds coming up in the next episode. So stay tuned. Subscribe to Filters Off.